Good morning, you guys. It's Tonya Murray. I have been gone for quite a bit. Last week, my dad ended up in the hospital, and I got to spend some time with him there. So I'm back at least temporarily. He's not doing super well. He was diagnosed with some pretty advanced cancer, and it's not looking good. But today, I wanted to share with you one of the things that I learned while I was with him last week. As we were sitting there chatting and talking about life and all the good things that we've had to share, one of the things that he said was that he had always wished that he had moved closer to where I am. And, we chatted about that, and he told me the reasons that he didn't, and it's okay. But one thing I really got thinking about was, every decision that we make in that moment, and we have our reasons for it. We have our, I don't want to say justifications, because it's not a justification. It's a legit reason. And, it just brought me back to some of the classes I had in college, the history classes, and we would talk about this period of time, and, whether it was high school history or college history, and we were just mind blown over the mentality of these people, and how could you do that, and how could you, and our professor, I remember him saying, you can't judge history and the past on today's standards. So you have to put into consideration the mentality of the time, the technology of the time, the advancements, all of those things. We can't look at history with our lens of today. We have to be able to view it from the lens in that time and think of that mindset and where they were and why they were doing the things they were doing, and then kind of progress with that. So I want you to think about that with your life, with what's going on in your world. And I kind of thought about that with my dad was, you're looking at history in the past and the choices that you made based on where you are today. And we can't do that, whether it's world history or whatever history, or your own personal history from a week ago, a month ago, 10, 20 years ago. So kind of keep that in mind as you're living with regrets or thinking about regrets or the things that are going on. You made those choices and you made those decisions for a reason, based on whatever those, factors were that you considered into making that decision or making that choice. So what I would challenge you to do today is put that into perspective. If you have a lot of regrets, you have a lot of things that you wish you would have done differently, okay, we all do, right? But stop judging yourself with where you are today, because who I am today versus who I was 3 years ago is a completely different person. My mindset has completely changed in so many ways. Yes, there's a lot of me that's the same, but there's a lot about me and the decisions that I make now that are completely different. I can't judge that girl from even 3 years ago with who I am today. I can look on her with compassion and understand that, the reasons that I did things, there was a lot that went into that. So be gentle with yourself as you're doing that, and as you're looking back at your past and you're feeling those regrets. Remember that there was something that got you there, but also learn from that. What can you learn from that today? What can you do differently today so that you don't feel that way? And I think a lot of it goes right back to living in the present. Be present. Do the things today that you're okay with. They align with who you are. They don't push, if you are a moral and ethical person, don't stretch that today, because that's going to be a regret you're going to have later, because that's not you, right? So live in the present. Make the decisions that you make based on where you are today, and maybe make them for your better, higher self. Choose to be the bigger person. Choose to fight those inner demons of, drama queen or drama king or whatever, so that you can make a good choice and do things today that are, going to help you be proud of yourself later rather than regret. And then also remember, this is a process, right? We have a whole lifetime of growth ahead of us, and achievement and advancement and whatever. Relationships. So if there's a relationship now that you think is going to be important to you in 20 years, work on it, foster it. But also, live right now today and recognize that whatever you do, you're going to look back on at some point, and you want to look back on it and smile and say, like my dad, I'm thinking, don't do this to yourself, Dad. Some of the things that he had to say was, I wish I'd have done this and I wish I'd have done that. And I thought, the reason you didn't were your reasons, and they're legit, and it's okay. And we're here now. So look back on your life and be like, you know what? I did that. I did this. I did that. I did great. And stop worrying about those little things that maybe you should have done or would have liked to have done differently. Hope this is helpful, you guys. Happy Monday. And I will keep plugging away on here until I need to be gone for a minute and take another break. All right. We'll talk to you soon.